Join me for an easy 16 or so minute flow. Beginning seated, maybe soles of feet together in bound angle, really feeling grounded in the sit bones, connecting to the breath. Feeling the spine long and at ease, coming into the body. Always inviting any intuitive movements, maybe some shoulder shrugs to encourage the shoulders to draw down along the back. And a short hold for this gentle forward fold here in your seat. And then we'll draw those knees together and begin rocking and rolling up and down on the spine. So gracefully or not so gracefully. Rolling, holding onto the backs of the legs. Just playing here for a moment. Activating the body in the practice. And then we'll begin to twist to the right. So that right knee is bent, right foot is planted. Hugging that knee with the left arm, twisting toward the right. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, deepen into the twist. Gaze forward and then unwind and rock back to arrive in the twist on the other side. So now that right knee is down, left foot is planted, hugging the left leg. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, deepening. Yeah. Looking forward, unwinding, rolling back again, playful. And can you pop up into malasana or yogi squat? Maybe hands in prayer here. Maybe you stick out your tongue and open up your jaw, a little face yoga. And then bring the hands down, coming into downward facing dog. Noticing if you want to have some movement or stillness. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. And then we'll just move into some crunches, maybe knee to left elbow. Lengthen and crunch with a little twist. Lengthen on your inhale. And crunch, twist, that plank crunch. Lengthening. And then we'll move into a low lunge. So just allowing that right foot to come forward between the hands over toward the right. Back knee draws down, untucking the back toes. And settle in here. Maybe this is a really big stretch for you. You've been sitting a lot. Soften into this. And then when you feel ready, hips over that back knee, coming into that half split with the option of taking both hands to the outside of that right leg for a little twist in your half split. Nice. And then bend into the knee as you frame the foot. Tuck the back toes, come off the back knee. High plank to downward facing dog. And then we'll come into left leg rising for three-legged dog, maybe an open hip. Exhale, crunch and twist toward that right elbow. Inhale, lengthen, open the hip if you like. Exhale, crunch. Lengthen it out. And strengthen and crunch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, low lunge. Left foot inside that left thumb. Drop the back knee and tuck the back toes. And find a nice stretch for the hip flexor. Really surrendering here. Feeling the deepening. Yeah. Next place to be is that half split. Maybe both hands come to the outside of that left leg. Breathing here into the back of that left hamstring. Beautiful. Frame the foot, bend the knee, tuck the back toes, come off the back knee, downward facing dog. Any intuitive movements are welcome here. Maybe a deep bend in the knees and then lengthening out. Couple more of those. Deep bend and lengthen out. Pop the heels way up, drop them down. Pop the heels way up, drop them down, way up and down. And then you can go a little faster for a little booty shake here in your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feels nice. And then we'll move into table and then sit hips to heels. So inviting, if it feels okay, hips to heels, finding some awareness in the body, making any adjustments. And then inviting a couple of shoulder shrugs here, maybe opening and closing the jaw once more, maybe opening up the front of the throat a bit here. Yeah. Then we'll come up off of the heels and move into a baby camel. So hands in pretend back pockets or low back, lifting the hips forward. And then we'll kind of move swiftly to baby camel, child's pose. Or not quite a child's pose. Yeah, moving swiftly, finding those little back bends. Beautiful. Take a moment to rest. Moving into tabletop, hands and knees pose. Inviting some spirals with the spine here. Maybe bending into elbows, moving around the head and neck. Just allowing it to be super intuitive, maybe coming all the way down to the forearms as you swirl around. Whatever feels good. Moving in both directions with your spirals. Really allowing yourself to get lost in the movements. And then that right arm is going to reach up. Inhale, exhale, thread the needle. So landing on that right shoulder, maybe you take that left arm and wrap it behind the back. Grounding in here, breathing. Finding the stability. And then allowing that left hand to come to the earth, reaching and unfurling. And then the other side, left arm reaches up and then threads under. Maybe you take that right arm, wrap around the back. Maybe the hand meets the opposite hip crease. Soften and breathe. Allow that hand to come back down. Inhale, lift that left arm up. And then moving into a melting heart pose. Hands forward, hips over knees, shining the heart to the earth. Then from tabletop, we'll extend that right leg, tuck the toes, lengthen out, over to the left, lengthen out, round and crunch. Lengthen out, over to the left, lengthen out, round and crunch. A little faster than breath here. And then bending into that knee, shine the sole of the foot to the sky, pumping the glutes. And if you want more, you can bind left hand to right ankle or foot and finding the balance and stability here. Yeah. And when you feel ready, moving back to tabletop, maybe a quick hips to heels. We're going to tuck the toes under, hips to heels for a toe squat. Add some wrist stretches. Yeah, nice. Maybe hands, back of hands under the armpits. Any sort of wrist stretching that feels good. Maybe fingers toward the knees. And then tops of feet on the mat, hips to heels, lifting up the knees for ankle and top of foot stretch. Just kind of moving through these postures a little bit quicker. Extend that left leg long. Tuck the toes and then lift the heel. Inhale, exhale over to the right. Inhale and crunch and round. Lengthen, over to the right. Lengthen, round and crunch. Moving through swiftly, just moving the body around, finding that range of motion, mobility. Pausing, knee bent, sole of foot shining to the sky, pumping for a little glute strength. Maybe the right hand reaches for the left ankle or foot for that bind and back bend. Find that stability. Nice. Bring it down. Hips to heels. Maybe a quick child's pose or some sort of reset here. And then moving into down dog, two-step or hop into malasana. Maybe adding some twists, quick twists here in malasana. Maybe backs of hands together for more wrist stretching. Maybe opening and closing the mouth for jaw stretch. And then we're just going to fall back to rock and roll up and down on the spine again. Playful. Just releasing the need for control and letting your flow be more playful. And then we'll move back to that seated twist with the right foot planted, with twisting toward the right, hugging into the right knee, or maybe the left arm comes to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, deepening. Beautiful. Gaze forward, come forward, and then rock and roll to move to the other side. So hugging that left knee now. Right hand behind the body. You can stay there, or you can bring the arm to the outside of the left knee. Lengthening on the inhale. Deepening on the exhale. Gaze forward, bring yourself forward, and rock and roll up and down on the spine some more. Yeah. So play here. Maybe grab behind the legs and pause in Navasana or boat pose with the support of the arms. And then roll back again, maybe to a plow pose, back to Navasana, maybe holding on or releasing the arms. Nice. Roll it back. Maybe grab the feet in your plow pose. Draw forward. Maybe try one of those forward folds up on the sit bones, Ashtanga style, heart lifted toward the shins. Breathe. And then another roll back. Grab the feet again. This time maybe grabbing the heels, inviting the forearms to come towards the backs of the legs and extending the shape here. Just playing with the body, seeing what it will do, sending love. And then another plow pose here. Slowly unfurling from the plow pose until the back and the hips are on the earth. And then all the limbs up to the sky, rotating wrists and ankles in a sleeping tiger shape. Maybe a full body shake here, all the limbs shaking and wiggling and jiggling and wriggling. Yeah, just moving playfully. Release, control. Bow to the mystery. Inviting all the limbs to rest up toward the sky while allowing the shoulders to draw down toward the earth. And breathe. And surrender. Inviting your healthy mind to be present. So now playing with malasana, and then allowing the roll back, and then maybe a hop up to malasana. So roll back, hop up to malasana, maybe up on the tippy toes. Roll back, hop up to malasana, up on the tippy toes. Roll back, up on malasana, tippy toes, roll back, and happy baby. So lots of rolling around. You can grab the feet. You can take the peace fingers around the big toes. You can find stillness here or movement. Big hip opener here. Nice. Stay for a little while, or maybe just give your legs a nice little massage. Just sending love to yourself and nourishment. Resensitizing your body to your touch, your loving touch. Yeah. Giving yourself a little hug. And then meeting once more in that bound angle. Maybe another forward fold. Just bowing to the end of this short practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Enjoy.